everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if this is your first time here, hi, my name is Melissa, welcome. I cannot even tell you how much makeup I have on my face right now, like I don't know what happened. I just caked on the base. We're gonna pretend I didn't because it looks so bad up close I can't even discuss it, but this is about the eyes. So I recently got my greasy little mitts on the Muerte palette, I don't know how you pronounce it, the bluish reddish one of this set, which is impossible to get your hands on. So when I was like putting out a plea about how much I wanted this, one of my gorgeous sausages, Kerry, swatched it compared to her, ooh, everything's on top of it, Carnival XL Pro. Let me move to the side, let me put her swatches in here. Look at that, so similar, right? So upon seeing this, I thought I need to do a video putting one on one eye, one on the other. I'm not going to tell you which is on which right now. You'll see it in a second when it gets to me like putting it on. But yeah, I've got one on one eye, I have one on the other eye, and you're going to see, I mean, personally for me, I don't feel like it looks like I've got two different palettes on. It definitely looks like I've got the same one on, right? So I just wanted to put it to the test after seeing the swatches, and pretty impressed by the results. So if you want to see me use both of these palettes side by side and like see how similar or dissimilar they are, like for example I had to mix some shades in here to make like the perfect shades, but overall yeah, I think it's really similar. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up, I hate long intros, so if you want to see me apply them both and hear my thoughts, stay tuned. So I've already got my MAC paint pot on. You can really see that the soft ochre is darker than my skin tone, but once I've got all my makeup and stuff on, like, you never really notice. So I'm going to use my, I think I'll use my Carnival XL Pro on this side, because that one is one that everyone can still get. And I'll use my Melt on this side. So I'll start off with Carnival XL Pro, and I'll start off with the shade Mood, which is a deep matte navy, because I'm thinking that's what Kerry swatched beside the Melt one. We'll see. And I have no idea what kind of look I'm gonna do, let's be honest. I've just sat down and decided to plonk some makeup on, so I am excited to see if these are gonna look like real similar once they're on the eye, because the Melt palette is just, it's impossible to get. I feel very, very, very lucky that I was able to get it. So yeah. And I know a lot of people, like especially in my Instagram comments, were like, oh, I hate you, I can't believe you managed to get it. And I can understand, because it's literally like liquid gold. Maybe I'll just do like a cut crease. Packs on real well. And I'll use a very similar brush, and the shade, I don't know how to pronounce any of this matte blue. Oh, my nails. So this is the Melt blue. I mean, right now it looks like I'm using the same shade on both sides. What a stunning colour. It's really hard for me to film this eye because my monitor is over there where I'm looking. I'd say straight off the bat this one's a bit more pigmented, but realistically they do both look hugely similar. Oh, it's already a different shape for the other eye. How do I manage this every time? Yeah, the Melt blue is definitely darker. It is darker. Let's just grab a little bit more of Mood on the XL Pro side, and I'll just kind of blend it out a little. Just start it off. I think I'm going to try and blend this out with grey, which sounds a bit weird, but I guess it's not that weird. And I'll just do the same thing on the other side. I think the Carnival actually blends a little easier, like it just blends itself easier. Just using a little bit of the same shade. This is Not blending quite as like far. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a brush, if I can find one. I'm gonna take the shade Vex from my Carnival, which is a grey, and see what happens. Basically, I mean, this could be fine. I mean, grey really should blend with blue, right? This is gonna be such a trash look, I can already tell, but whatever. We'll do the same with this one, but we'll use this colour here. It's like a grey. Very pigmented, I can already tell. Ooh. I think this melt side is just gonna come out darker and more intense. Just because I feel like the shades are. Like, I'm dipping into them. See? Gently, because I just know that they are uber pigmented. I mean, it does blend though, right? Like, just the edges, not in together, but the edges. Like, I think it looks better than that side. Then I'll grab another brush, and I'm going to take the shade Why Though from my Carnival and blend this around the edges. It's a pastel, so it's gonna give me harsh lines, but that's okay. Do not fear. Everything will be fine. This is like a lovely, I don't know, mint green. So I'm just kind of packing and blending that. And we have what looks like a really similar shade for the other side. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. This one. I'm sorry. This, oh, on my brush it definitely looks a bit more actually like green. But we'll see if we can get a similar look. It is more pigmented, just straight away. The pigment is just like laying down on my eye a bit sooner. It's definitely more of a green as well, whereas the other one is more of a blue green. This is more of a green. Yeah, they're looking like really quite different right now, but I mean, what really were we expecting? So I'll go in with Mood. And I might actually deepen this up with the black to make it match the other side, because that wouldn't be cheating. It's still using just this palette to try and dupe the melt. And just try and see if I can get like the similar effect. And the melt one is quite a bit darker. So that's just Mood on its own. Then I'll dip into Lights Out, which is the black. And see if I can just make this a much deeper blue. I think that's now matches that blue a bit better, so I'll just pick up a bit more of the melt blue. Just because we've covered it up with some of these lighter, well, the one lighter shade we used, so just pop that back in. The melt is like, I would say better quality, just as in like one dip in with your brush, pop it on the eye, the pigment just like hits you in the face. Whereas most palettes you have to like build up pigment. I'm so excited. I've rebooked my hair appointment. So instead of going blonde, I'm going pink, but I'm going to get it done professionally. And I'm just very excited, because I feel like I'm going to have really cool like professional pink hair rather than just like home dyed pink hair, you know? Anyway, I'll go back in with Vex, which is our grey. I'll probably have to go back on that blue like one more time. I just itched my nose and I've got eyeshadow all over it. Same on this side, but with obviously the melt grey. Yeah, it's just a bit more pigmented. Strikes away. I feel like this is more blended as well than this. Like, with the same amount of effort. And then we'll take Y though. But I want to mix it a little bit maybe with the Hype, just because I feel like that's going to make it more this colour green than the more cool toned green. So I'm just going to like pick them both up on my brush. Might pick up a wee bit more of the Hype. And just see if I can get more of a greeny green than a bluey green. You know what, actually I think that's not working too shabby. That is a little bit more similar. Okay. I think the tone is a bit more similar, right? And then I'll just pick up the melt one, Lagrimas. I don't know, I hate pronouncing things wrong. I always worry about offending people or people laughing at me for pronouncing things wrong. So I'd rather not even try, and that's not the way to go about it, is it? But anyway. Okay. So I'm just gonna go and just like fiddle with my blending a bit more on both sides, and then I'll throw my cut crease and then we'll fill it in. But right now that's what the colour is looking like, and I'd say really similar. Like, you wouldn't really think she's got two different palettes on, would you say? So yeah, I'll go work on it and make it look a little better, have my cut crease on, and then we'll come back and see what needs done. I decided to go for more of a halo. I'm actually going to take the highlighter in the shade Fair Play. I think this is where we'll notice another like quite big difference. I'll pop this down the centre. So this isn't one of the shadows in the palette, but it's in the palette, so you know, no cheating here. I just used my Makeup Revolution primer to cut my crease, or halo, or whatever it is. And then from the melt, I'll take this lightest metallic here. This looks a little bit more, maybe like warm toned. Oh, that's pretty. I mean, actually that's very similar, isn't it? I wouldn't say it's like any more shiny or any more anything. It honestly just kind of feels the same as the XL Pro. Yeah, that actually does look like I've just used the same shade on both eyes. Like that I've cheated and used the same shade, but I really haven't. Wow. Okay, what shade will I blend it in with? I'm wanting to maybe like bring in another shade, but at the same time, I mean, this look doesn't have to be wearable, does it? There's a really dark green in the melt. The green in the Stacy is definitely lighter, but I'm wondering if I can mix it with blue. Or there is the metallic, so that's the melt one. And the one in Stacy Marai is very much more cool toned. More blue, more green. You see, I don't think I could really match them up very well. Or there's, oh, do you know what? Let's bring in a bit of purple. Ignore the boy racer, I'm ignoring him. Let's bring in a bit of this shade here. To see, I don't know, this might be a big mistake. This is, yeah, my melt eye. Pop this on either side. Right, I'll refine that in a minute. I'll take Reckless from my Stacy palette, which is one of my favourite purples in here. Really lovely deep burgundy. Look at the pigment. Zero complaints. They look pretty much identical. I do feel like that does look like I've used the same shade on both sides, like it really just does. In the very outer corner, let's take I'm gonna mix, yeah, Mood and the black and just kind of blend that in. Gosh, everyone is being so noisy right now. Anyway, this isn't about the look. This is one of those videos that I do. It doesn't matter like if it looks good or not. It's more about am I colour matching well, you know? So just forgive me for the fact that it's probably going to be a really ugly look. It's not about that, alright? Then on the other side I'll just use that deep blue. And then I'll just go back into that light shade that we used and just drag it over the edges. There's not really another tone that I want to introduce to help the blend, so I'll just like drag it over. And then I'll do the same on the other side. I feel like this shade maybe just picks up yet a little bit more pigmented. Yeah, I just need to just like fiddle a little bit with this. But I'll change my battery and then we'll do our lower lash line together. That's what friends do, innit? So I'll go in with Reckless. Oh my goodness, I've just hit pan on that. Wow. Just hit pan. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I'll go with Reckless. This is the shade I kind of used beside the shimmer, which wasn't a great idea, but it's not about the look, it's just do the batch. I put a bit more primer down here. I'm just getting more eyeshadow in my eye than on where I'm trying to put it. I'm doing this because I want to like play with a red as well. And then from the Muerte, I don't know how you pronounce it. Oh, I dipped in the wrong one. Take the corresponding shade. Reckless is so pigmented, it's one of my favourites. I think I did say that. And then I want to take a red, so I think the best one's going to be Boy Bye from my XL Pro. Just from like, oh, it's this side, just from like looking at them in the pan. So I'll just blend this out a little bit with Boy Bye. I just put black in my waterline, by the way. And then from this one I'll take the red. It's a really beautiful shade of red. It's a little bit different to other reds that I've seen, to be honest. My eyes look bloodshot. It's because it's late at night and I never film late at night. And I've already done my makeup today, so the fact that my eyes aren't watering is a miracle. I actually prefer this than this. I feel like this purple blended into that red better than this purple into that red. I mean, they look similar. But yeah, for some reason I like the Carnival side better. And then I guess on the inner corner, I'll just use the shade that I used on my, like the centre of my lid. If I can find a brush. So I'll say it's the highlight, Fair Play. This time I'll wet it since we're doing inner corner. This is Carnival side. Maybe I should wet that on the centre of my lid. Maybe it will give it a bit more definition. Anyway, and then same on the other side, but with the melt. I guess we'll do a wee bit on the lid, just fair's fair. Oh wow, that changes when it's wet. That is definitely better when it's wet, which I always expect, but definitely better than the Carnival one. But that's a highlight, not an eyeshadow, so. Right, I'm gonna go put my base on, do all that jazz, and then come back and we'll see what we think. I think, you know, once we've got lashes and stuff on, it'll A, make the look better, but B, it'll make them look more similar because I'll have lashes on. But anyway, that is the eyes right now. This is the Carnival side. Just like that. And that is the Melt side. I mean, it looks like I've used the same thing, doesn't it? Really, it does. Just does. Alright lads, the rest of my makeup is finished off again. I don't want to talk about it. Oh, looks so bad. I don't even know what happened. Like, I just got carried away sticking makeup on my face. Anyway, these look identical. It might, like, even up close they look identical. Like, I couldn't be like, so obviously the Melt palette is so obviously the Carnival. Like, they are the same. Like, and there are differences obviously between the two palettes. There's shades in here that aren't in here, there's shades in here that aren't in here and all that. But if you like me like the colours that I used today and you've really wanted this palette, either use your XL that you already have or buy the XL. This was in my favourites video. It's a fantastic palette, highly recommend. I can't believe how well it duped this for so many shades. I mean, obviously not the whole thing, but I mean, come on. Thank you again to Kerry for doing the Lord's work and swatching those side by side and duping them. I'm pretty pleased with the outcome. I am gonna piss off because I need to have a shower and take all this makeup off and then go to bed because it's really late and it's weird for me filming this late at night. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Subscribe to my channel. If you want to see me compare the Vida with the XL Pro and the Tahiti, what? It's late. Tahiti, then let me know because Kerry also did swatches that are very similar. Yeah. I'm gonna piss off, have a lovely day, whatever it is you're doing, or a lovely evening, or whatever time of the year it is for you. I'm gonna go to bed. Catch you all on the flip side. Bye!